November 4, Echo Romeo Lima.
Roger, Roger. November 4, Echo Romeo Lima. And what's the name there?
The name here is Earl. I'm in Aragon, Georgia.
Roger, Roger, Earl. Well, you're, gosh, almost pegging me out here. It looks to be almost 20 over, Roger.
I copied that. Well, I'm running the 7300, and so I really don't know much what it sounds like. I've only had it a couple of days.
Well, for a couple of days it sounded magnificent, but then, you know, do you know where things are on that radio?
Okay, I was going to run, well, let's start here. The ALC is not going all the way up to the red, maybe halfway, a little more than half. The mic gain is at 50%. Compression's at 1. My bass transmit, I set it at +2. The treble is at +1. And I've got it 100 at 2900 on the wide. And I've got it 100, 2900 on the mid. And I'm running the ALS 600 with about 30% power.
Okay. More information than what I want. Let's just start with the setup. First thing is get your compressor engaged at a 3. Compressor engaged at a 3. Compressor on at a 3. Roger.
Okay.
Okay, so you got her on at a 3.
Okay, that's the compression at 3 from 1.
Yes, sir. Okay. Now, what I want you to do when you work that mic, I wanted you to pull that mic up against the side of your mouth and work across it. Do not work directly into it. Work across that mic. Roger?
Okay, I'm talking to the side of the mic. It's a ICOM SM30 desk mic.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were using the hand mic. Okay, what you want to do with the desk mic there is you want to back off about 3 inches, 4 inches, somewhere in there. And ideally, if you got a windscreen for that, a foam windscreen for that desk mic would be just perfect. So it would cut down all the mouth noises. Roger?
Okay, so I'm just sitting back probably 4 or 5 inches away from the desk mic right there, and I did want to get a windscreen. I don't have one, but somebody suggested to put one on it too.
Okay, well, why don't you just pull that mic and just work across it like you would the hand mic. Just work that, instead of working directly into that desk mic, just turn it a little to the side so you're working to the side of it. Roger?
All right, so, okay, so I'm talking into the side of it this way, about 4 inches away from it.
Yes, sir. Okay, now go to your ALC with mic gain in hand and adjust the ALC to run mid-scale to 2/3. As you're speaking rather quickly, you're going 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. And the reason for that is you want to get that meter up where you can see where it is to adjust it, and you want to adjust it by way of the mic gain control to where it's running mid-scale to 2/3.
Okay, hello, audio check, 1, 2, 3, 4. Audio test, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's about 40%.
All right, well, we want to break it on up to where you're running mid-scale, which is 50% to 2/3, which would be 66 and 2/3, almost 70, from 50 to 70%. Roger?
Oh, okay. All right, that's 60% right there, talking sideways into the mic. 65%. Right there, it is moving up a lot more at 65%.
Okay, so you think you're running there between mid-scale and 2/3?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, now I want you to go to your mic EQ, transmit mic EQ.
Okay, that's going to be, where is that at?
Well, let's see here. It's menu, transmit, sideband, EQ, somewhere.
Okay, you're talking about the transmit bass, treble, and the wide?
Not the wide, but just the transmit and the bass and the treble control for the equalizer, Roger.
Okay, I'm on the bass. On the bass, I'm at a +2. And the treble, I'm at +1. And the TBW wide is at 100/2900. And the TBW mid is at 100/2900.
Yes, sir. Okay, what I want you to do is add 3 clicks to the top end EQ. I want you to go +4, treble control, boost.
Okay, that's a +4. Right there is +4 on the sideband transmit bass.
Okay, now you're still getting a little bit of trash, a little bit of plosives on the on your voice. So I would work a little bit more to the side of that mic if you could. We're trying to, until you can get a foam windscreen on that mic, we're trying to make some corrections where you can use it fairly well without having a lot of plosives, Roger. So you want to move a little bit more to the side of that mic.
Okay, so I'm actually at the, well, I'm looking at it sideways, so this is where I'm talking about 4 inches sideways into it.
Yeah, that's probably too far because you really thinned out quite a bit. Just pull it around and work it like normal, and let me hear. You wouldn't happen to have a clean sock hanging around, would you?
Yeah, I do.
Slip that over that sucker and let's see where it goes. I don't usually suggest that, but sometimes, you know, and I can hear it, so we'll just see how much frequency discrimination that sock makes. That's, you know, usually when folks use a windscreen out of foam, because foam is very transparent as far as passing, you know, high frequencies. It doesn't discriminate too much, whereas sometimes, you know, cloth might. So we'll just see what it sounds like.
Okay, so that's the sock on the microphone, me talking direct into it about 4 inches away from it.
Oh, I like that. I hope that sock's clean.
It's right here out of the sock drawer.
All right, so now that we've eliminated the problems of the plosives, I think you could advance that bass 2 clicks more boost than where it is.
Okay, that only let me go up to +5. That's all the way up.
Yeah, all the way up on your bottom and all the way up on the top. Let's see. Why don't you go that other click on the top and take it to +5 also?
On the treble?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now that's the sock on the microphone and +5 on the bass and +5 on the treble.
Yeah, I would pull that top end back to 4 where you were. You're pretty articulated, so you don't really need that. And we want that balance to be a little bit better. So I'd pull that top end treble EQ back to 4, +4.
Okay, so they're both back on +4 now.
Now I'd leave the bottom end up at 5. I'd leave the bottom end up at 5. Bass boost at 5.
Okay, that's the bass boost at 5, and the treble is at +4.
Okay, and just for kicks, I want you to come about 2 inches off that mic. About 2 inches off that mic, and let me hear you.
Okay, so I'd say that's around 4 inches right there away from the desk mic with the sock on.
All right, so come 2 inches away from the mic. Cut that distance in half and let me hear you.
Okay, so that's about half the distance right there. Talking into it, straight into the mic, into the sock,
Yeah, that sounds all right. Now, what I want you to do is go back to your ALC and adjust your ALC again from mid-scale to 2/3, because we've added some EQ and we've added some proximity, so your volume's going to be a little hotter than what it was, so you'll need to probably back it down. And again, we're looking for it to bouncing between mid-scale and 2/3.
Kilo 4 Mike Romeo.
Mike Romeo, stay by just a moment.
Okay. Oh, hold on. So we're at 65% on the mic gain.
Yes, sir. Sounds good. Now, what I want you to do, we play a little game sometimes, and this has to do with associating your modulation with your voice as you speak. And what it is you're looking at your output meter. On the 7300, the power output meter will do, and you're looking at that meter as you speak, and the whole game is to try to keep that needle up there at the sweet spot on your power output just by your voice. So what that will mean is that you might be speaking just a little bit quicker, because if you speak like that meter will never hang up there. But if you have a reasonable speed to your voice, you can keep that meter up there at the max sweet spot, and also try to keep your words at the same amplitude, the same level. Roger, and between those two, and you won't get it right off the bat, but the more you look at the meter as you speak, you start to develop a relationship between your voice and that meter, that you can keep that meter almost at the sweet spot all the time. Roger?
I copied that. So my ALC, it's got the red line under it, so it's not peaking all the way to the end, but it's about 3/3 back. Is that about where I need it?
Yeah, mid-scale to 2/3, and you're pretty, you're not pushing it now, because your dynamic range is still probably in excess of 4 dB. The thing is, if you consider that unprocessed voice has a 10 dB dynamic range, okay, that's fine, but it doesn't work too well for transmitting. What we want to do is reduce and fatten that voice up to about a 3 dB. So we go from a 10 dB dynamic range, which is about 30% of average peak modulation. We fatten that signal up through that little bit of compression and pushing your ALC just a tad, to where we restrict your dynamic range to 3 dB, and that means that your transmit is running about 80 to 85% average peak modulation. Roger? A much fatter signal.
Okay, so this is where I need to run it, and it sounds good to you like this. So I do need the foam from my microphone.
Yeah, I do. And do you happen to have a switch on that microphone? Is there a low roll switch or anything? Sometimes they do have a switch on the bottom of the microphone.
They have a mic gain. There's one mic gain control on it, and the way it came brand new in the box, I have never turned it. I think it's like a 3/4 of the way up, but I've never messed with it.
Ah, so do you put a battery in it?
No battery. It's just a mic gain volume control.
Okay, out of curiosity, what is your mic gain on your radio?
We're at 65.
Roger, yeah. Okay, I would just leave it. I thought, sometimes they put a little low-frequency roll switch on there, and I thought maybe you had that low-frequency roll switch engaged. But your mic is still not got a lot of bottom end. It's got some nice bottom end, but not, a bunch. So we'll just leave it for that for now. And you get nice articulation, easily understood. Roger?
I copied that. Yeah, I didn't mess with the mic gain on it, so I know what you're talking about. The Yaesu, that the MD100 has the high and low switches on the bottom, which they just discontinued that microphone. But anyway, but I do appreciate your time. And I thought I had most of my settings pretty good. We just changed the bass up a little bit and the mic gain up and the treble. So I guess all the other was the 12900s is about where I heard they should be. And I heard y'all talking, that's where you normally set them. So. But anyway, that's what we got here.
Yes, sir. That 100 to 2900 allows that radio to be all that it can be. Really makes it sound nice. Now, on your receive side, what you want to do is, I like a receiver that's going to receive everything, and I don't want to start filtering it out. So you have a filter position on receive there. It's got 3 or 4 positions. You want to, in this receive, and it says, what does it say, filter or something. You want to be in the first position. That's a non-filtered position, and that gives you the full capabilities of that radio. Do you see that filter switch right there on you?
Yes, let me go back to that.
Yeah, that should be on a 1. That's a non-filtered. Position 1 is a non-filtered position. And I don't think you have to go through menu to do that. It's right there.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm on 1. That's where I run it.
Yes, sir. And I don't like to run it in noise blank, because if somebody's running half-decent audio level, then that noise blank starts to distort. So I just keep that noise blank off. Well, I don't have the 7300 right now, but when I did, I kept the the noise blank off, and I keep the noise reduction off. And that way you're getting that radio as about as pure as you can get it.
Yep, that's the way I ran it. I was going to just stick my hand mic back on there real quick that came with the radio, and just a quick comparison real quick and see what you think.
Oh, yes, I know what that's going to be, and that hand mic is an excellent mic. So go ahead and shift to that, and we'll just leave those EQs the way they are.
All right, that's just the hand mic right there. Stock hand mic that came with the radio. I'm talking about 2 inches away from it, straight in, firing right at it.
Okay, again, you want to work that to the side of your mouth. Pull it to the side of your mouth and work across it.
Okay, so that's sideways right there. And I got the mic turned sideways in my hand, talking right at it.
Yeah, now just before you said you had it right at your hand, you were much better right before you, in about 3 seconds before you stopped talking, you were just perfect.
Okay, so when you're saying talking sideways into it, I'm just turning the mic like sideways in my hand, but I'm facing straight at the mic and talking to it.
Yeah, you want to pull that mic to the side of your lips, to the side of your face, where it actually is touching the side of your face, and talk across it.
Oh, okay, I got you. So there, it's right up against the side of my lip, and I'm facing forward, talking across it like that. 4 EARL.
Yeah, it's hard to beat that microphone. You probably need to turn your AOC down just a tad, but that microphone sounds beautiful. But it's a hand mic, and for convenience, I'm sure you would rather use your desk mic.
Yeah. So in comparison, so the hand mic would be a better choice.
Well, yeah, but it's not as convenient. That's the thing, But it's up. If you want to run your hand mic, we'll just reset a couple of things, and you'll be able to run that hand mic.
I kind of like the sock on the desk mic. I just paid $130 for this desk mic.
Yeah, well, $4 and a phone windscreen would do you wonders. Yeah. So go back to your sock mic.
That's right. Yeah, I saw there was a guy that actually sells them on the internet to fit this mic, and it was like $4. And he said that it was made for the SM30 ICOM desk mic.
Okay, so you're on your desk mic now?
Yeah, I switched back. Yes, sir.
Okay, so I think you were, proximity, you were what, 2 inches away?
I'm about 2 inches away from the soft.
Okay, tell me something about 10 seconds and let me look around. I'm getting some little changing in conditions here. Let me look for a better path. Yeah, talk to me for a minute.
Okay, this...
Talk to me for a minute.
Lima. The name here is Earl in Aragon, Georgia. We're talking on a ICOM 7300 and the SM30 desk mic, and we have a monoband dipole. It's about 35 feet up in the air. It's made by Alpha Delta. No balance. Just the in center fed coax. That's pretty much resonant right around this area.
Roger, Earl. Well, gosh, I think we've done about as much as we can do for right now. I'll just tell you, if you want to check your audio, give us a couple of days to upload. But if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for KC9VKV, along with today's date, 11/27/20, on one search, so that'll take you right to this recording. So it's KC9VKV, 11/27/20, and you'll be right on this recording.
Okay, sir, I do appreciate you walking me through all that, and so we're going to go with that, and definitely was my pleasure, and I think the net's over now, so, but anyway, good evening to you, and hope you had a great Thanksgiving, and enjoyed every minute of it. So, 73's from N4ERL.
Roger, Earl, 73 down that way, sir. You have a real good afternoon, beautiful weekend, and if you get a chance, join us next Friday. So with that, that will conclude today's broadcast of the KC9VKV Qso-Vlog network. We've enjoyed it. Hope you have. And again, if for those that participated, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search, Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, along with today's date, 11/27/20, will take you directly to this recording. So we got to get out of here. We will be returning this frequency to normal amateur radio use. This is KC9VKV, clear.